2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your consciences. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yamla, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Lakama coming to you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And hopefully it's edifying to the body. All right, I think I'm going to name this lesson, The Time of Jacob's Trouble is going to be really bad. Yeah, man. Because these so-called devils, man, you so-called white people, you Edomites, you got a lot in store for us, us Israelites. Jacob, the sons and daughters of Jacob, the Israelites, So this is going to be like, I think I'm going to read a few passages, then I'm going to play a quick video at the end. Hopefully be edified. First book I want to get into is Jeremiah 30. And I'm going to read 1 all the way through 24. Many of you brothers already know what I'm getting ready to go into. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, going into the times of Jacob's trouble. And, we're at the doorsteps of that time, man. So I'm going to get into it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 1. The word came to Jeremiah from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah. Israel being you northern kingdom Israelites, and Judah being you southern kingdom Israelites, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with a child. Can a man have a baby? Of course not. Can a man have birth pains like a woman when she getting ready to have a child? Of course not. But, scripture says different. It says, Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, my servant Jacob, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, because they call thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engageth his heart to approach unto me, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. Behold, the whirlwind of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the later days, ye shall consider it. So basically, that whole chapter, Jeremiah 30, was explaining the times of Jacob's trouble and how he's going to be saved out of it, and how pretty much death and destruction is going to come to the 2/3 of Israel, and the 1/3 is going to be taken through the fire, tried like gold is tried, to purge them of all their iniquities, and basically to try their faith. So from there, I'm going to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. I'm going to read 1 through 22 to further explain. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you people know we have seen many, 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 many earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. We have many uproars going on right now as I speak. We got uproars in Paris, uproars in Haiti, and ultimately the newest uproar down there in Venezuela. So it's all coming to pass, man. The end is The end is here, man. I would say near, but the end is here. So reading on. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, meaning here now. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders, and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the sad perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Yeah, man, this is further edification, for the times of Jacob's trouble. Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, man, because basically the prophets are out on the highways and byways, week in, week out, season in, season out, trying to bring this truth in its 100% purest form to the people, man, because like before Yahweh Shah destroyed kingdoms, man, he sent his prophets out to warn the people. And now that the prophets are back, in reincarnation, you got scoffers coming up to the camp, man, saying this, saying that. They despising Yahweh Shah, man, because they don't understand this word in its purest form, man. They have been taught so many lies by so many pastors and so many false prophets, man. They don't understand this. They don't understand this new wine, man. So they ain't accepting it. Verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain. Whew. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandry also. For it was the time of the world. And now, when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then every one obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and I have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it. And like those last two verses right there, it says, and I saw and I spared it greatly. That means he spared the 1/3. that he took through the fire and purged them of all their impurities, and brought them through and saved them. He ordained them from the beginning, because the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, he's only dealing with the elect, man. That's mainly the 144,000 plus the rest of the innumerable multitude of the men, women, and children. It said, and have kept me a grape of the cluster. Out of all the Israelites, he only kept 1/3 of them. Everybody else, man, was cut off by great slaughter, man. That's why we say we hope we are part of the elect, man, because don't none of us know our ending. Only Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah know, because he created us from the beginning. But it's a great thing that we came back to this faith, and we are doing the work now, reading on, and the plant of a great people. Then it says, verse 22, let the multitude perish then. The multitude is going to be the 2/3 of the Israelites, that despise his knowledge, his wisdom, and his understanding. When he had his hand stretched out far, y'all slapped Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah hand away, man. So he said, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. See, man, the 2/3, they basically was born in vain, man, because they about to be pretty much destroyed, man. When they're pretty much being destroyed right now, for real, for real. How the cops shooting us down dead in the streets. They getting off, slap on the wrist. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's in the scriptures, man. So basically the 2/3 are being put to death right now as we speak. But mainly many, 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 many more is going to be put to death during the time of Jacob's trouble. That's what I'm getting into now. And then when I play this video, you're going to see some of the devices that, the so-called white man has made for you Israelites, man. It's going to be taking you out, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble. It's a video that I kept from the channel Hedgehog. They put out some pretty good content, so I subscribed to the channel. I saw this video here, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and save it, put it in my archives, man, and probably try to do a video on it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, hoping that I could, edify the body. So reading on, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So from there, I'm going to go to the book of Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 13, 7 through 9. And it's pretty much, going into the 3 parts of Israel that the Most High created. He only going to keep one part. The other 2 parts are going to be cut off, man, with slaughter. Zechariah 13, verse 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. And I will turn my hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is my power. See, man, they're just, further edification on everything I just read, man. It all boils down to being on the 1/3 side or being on the 2/3 side, man. It all comes down to making a choice, basically. But, you still got to keep the faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Got to do the work. That's basically why I'm putting out this video right now, man. Trying to get me some work in, man. Hoping I'll be on that side of the elect, man, the hopeful elect, the 1/3. Because I don't want to get cut off by slaughter and die, man. It's bad enough I'm going through hell right now, man. Hell is not a real place. They got a devil with a pitchfork, a red devil and a pitchfork. Hell is only a condition, man. But when you read the scripture, it says, just roughly paraphrasing, it says, death and hell shall be cast into the lake of fire. So how are you going to, if hell is the lake of fire, how are you going to cast hell into hell? It says death and hell shall be cast into the lake of fire. What is that lake of fire? The lake of fire is the thermonuclear destruction that's coming to this place, man. When those ICBM missiles hit this place, man. 200 million nuclear missiles going off, all over the world. Every one of them like 100 million degrees. Man, that's some real heat. Scripture say the day cometh that burneth like an oven. How you think it's going to burn like an oven, man, with those nuclear missiles? So reading on from Zechariah, I'm going to go get Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 59 and 19 through 21. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah shall lift up a standard against him. Yeah. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, from henceforth and forever. The spirit, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, gonna lift up a standard against these devils, man, when they try to rush in like a flood, man. I'm quite sure some of y'all have seen the movie The First Purge. If not, I advise you to go and watch it, man. Because the enemy is going to come in like a flood trying to off us Israelites, man. That's when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah going to lift up the standard. And mainly, some of the 1/3 are going to be given spiritual powers to overcome this devil, man. We're going to need spiritual powers with all the stuff this devil got lined up against us, man. When I get into this video, man, you're going to see some of the things that they got lined up for us, man. It's going to get real hectic, man. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed, man. That's why it's important to repent, come back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, get some of this knowledge so it can build your faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Man, and basically try to start putting out some videos to warn the sheep, And with that being said, I'm going to get into this video.
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it that does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bag is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now, that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere and attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do for the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities. The White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes.
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't. So our
Ollie?
our suggestions are to stay in touch.
Ollie, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How's Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so.
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Oh, well, listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes, and what's that all about? Oh, wait a minute, here, it's on your mom.
She's on the spy stuff in the military.
What is this video right here? Oh.
No, I'm not going to click on it. It's just this human rights thing on oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean, no,
Safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning due to police.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called slaughter bots.
Just to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Oliver, can you hear me? Listen to me.
I can hear it. Yes. What was that?
Oliver,
struggling to make sense of an attack on university campuses worldwide, which targeted some students and not others. The search for a motive is apparently turning to social media, and a video shared by the victims exposing corruption at the height.
But it's far from surprising. The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war. And now we can't afford to challenge anyone, really. It's not even the smallest fringe group or a crank.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
This is a so-called tail sitter. It's an aircraft that tries to have its cake and eat it. Like other fixed-wing aircraft, it is efficient in forward flight, much more so than helicopters and variations thereof. Unlike most other fixed-wing aircraft, however, it is capable of hovering, which has huge advantages for takeoff, landing, and general versatility. There is no free lunch, unfortunately. One of the limitations with tail sitters is that they're susceptible to disturbances, such as wind gusts. We're developing new control architectures and algorithms that address this limitation. The idea is for the aircraft to recover no matter what state it finds itself in. And through practice, improve its performance over time. If the monospinner is an exercise in frugality, this machine here, the Omnicopter, with its 8 propellers, is an exercise in excess. What can you do with all this surplus? The thing to notice is that it is highly symmetric. As a result, it is ambivalent to orientation. This gives it an extraordinary capability. It can move anywhere it wants in space, irrespective of where it is facing, and even of how it is rotating. It has its own complexities, mainly having to do with the interacting flows from its 8 propellers. Some of this can be modeled, while the rest can be learned on the fly. Let's take a look.
Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
Yep. And there you have it, man. Call the Lord in law. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutation to you, Akim, pushing this truth out in faith and in sincerity. Shalom.